Good morning, class 7 children. So yesterday we started chapter 13, and before that we have discussed the misunderstood words of this chapter.
Ma'am, your voice is
Let's
coming
have,
very low.
maybe the problem will be on your side. So earlier we had discussed about the motion and time. Yesterday we had started. Let's have a look on that. So two types of motion we had discussed, that is a slow and fast. We discussed about the speed, that is a distance covered by an object in a unit time is known as a speed. And after that we have got a formula of measuring the average speed. Average speed can be calculated by taking total distance covered upon total time taken. And after that we have studied that how our ancestors used to measure the time, that how they calculate a day, year, or a month. Next thing, we were on the topic simple pendulum. Simple pendulum is the greatest invention for the regular measurement of a time. That is a equal interval of time we can measure the time. That is a best invention. And we were discussing that how the oscillations can be calculated in case of a pendulum. I just want to continue from this paragraph. The simple pendulum consists of a metal ball which can move or which can swing from A to B, B to A to B in the same way. And you can make your own pendulum by using a crazy ball, or you can take a stone, small piece of a stone, tie a thread to it, your pendulum is ready. And if you swing it, it also swings like a pendulum. And even a pendulum you have seen in a wall clock. The pendulum swings from one place to another. So how we can calculate the pendulum? Pendulum one oscillation is how we can calculate. So there is a way to calculate the simplest pendulum. First of all, what we need to do when the pendulum is at O position, that is at rest. First of all, we take the pendulum to A position. We will leave here. यहाँ पे ले जाके हम इसको छोड़ देंगे. So what will happen? Itself, the pendulum will move to B, and then again it will start swinging. It will again come to A. So this will happen. In this case, we can take the one oscillation. Okay. So already I want each one of you to underline that how can we take the one oscillation. The pendulum completes one oscillation when its bob moves from one extreme position to the another extreme position. Okay, and comes back to A. One oscillation is calculated. And another important definition, the time taken by a pendulum to complete one oscillation is known as its time period. Kindly underline this definition. This is very, very important definition. Okay. So I hope the concept of pendulum is very, very, very much clear to you. Yes, Yatharth Singh, kindly unmute and read activity 13.2. Yatharth, unmute. Vansh Sharma.
Yes, ma'am.
Unmute and start reading this activity 13.2.
Activity
That Abhigyan
13.2.
you will read.
Set up a simple pendulum as shown in figure 13.4. With a thread or string of length nearly 1 meter. Switch off any fans nearby. Let the bob of the pendulum come to rest at its mean position. Mark the mean position of the bob on the floor below it or on the wall behind it. To measure the time period of the pendulum, we will need a stopwatch. However, if a stopwatch is not available, a table clock or a wristwatch can be used to set the pendulum in motion. Gently hold the bob. Hold the bob and move it slightly to one side. Make sure that the string attached to the bob is taut while you displace it. Now release the bob from its displaced position. Remember that the bob is not to be pushed when it is released, not the time on the clock. When the bob is at its mean position, instead of the mean position, you may note the time when the bob is at one of its extreme position. Measure the time the pendulum takes to complete 20 oscillations. Record your observation in table 13.2. The first observation shown is just a sample. Your observation could be different from
Okay, beta.
this.
Okay.
Repeat.
Okay. Next one. Continue. Abhigyan, continue. Yes, continue, Abhigyan. Abhigyan, continue.
Ma'am, may I read Kavya?
Okay, Vedika, you can continue for this paragraph. Wait, beta, wait, Kavya. Vedika, continue.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the voice was very low. From which paragraph?
From the top, you can start reading.
The first observation shown is just a sample. Your observation could be different from this. Repeat this activity a few times and record your observation. By dividing the time taken for 20 oscillation by 20, get the time taken for one oscillation or the time period of the pendulum. Is the time period of your pendulum nearly the same in all cases? Note that a slight change in the initial displacement does not affect the time period of your pendulum. Nowadays, most clocks or watches have an electric circuit with one or more cells. These clocks are called quartz clock. The time measured by quartz clock is much more accurate than by the clocks available earlier.
Okay, beta. I want each one of you to see table 13.2, time period of a pendulum. How we can calculate the time period? Number of oscillation upon time taken. Means if we want to take the that how many oscillations a pendulum has completed and how much time it has taken. So by calculating in this way, we can calculate the number of this time period. So children, this first is number of oscillations. 20 oscillations we had fixed that we have to go for the 20 oscillations. Suppose a pendulum has completed 20 oscillations in 42 seconds. Number of oscillation is 20 and time is 42. Then how can we calculate the time period? That is 42 divided by 20. If you are dividing it, then your answer will be 2.1. Got it, each one? In this way, you can make the different calculations. Here, what you have done, you have divided 42 by 20. So your answer will be 2.1. 2.1 second. In this way, you can calculate the time period of a pendulum. If you are having a time, in which time the oscillation has been completed. So let me give you one more. Let's fill here. If the time taken is 32 seconds, then what will happen? Give me. What will be the time period of a pendulum? Hurry up. Tell me. What will be the time period of a pendulum? Are you calculating? I want each one of you to calculate it. Yes, kindly do. 32 divide by 20. No one is able to do it.
Ma'am, 1.6.
Yes, the answer will be 1.6. 1.6 second. Similarly, I'm taking the another example of it. Suppose I have taken 40. Then what will be the time period? Tell me. Beta, you have to divide it by 20.
2 seconds.
Yes, the answer will be 2 seconds directly. So in this way, you can find out the time period of a pendulum by dividing the number of oscillations. Time taken upon number of oscillations, you will get the time period of a pendulum. Okay. Next part, Fiona, just read it. Units of time and speed. Fiona, unmute. Lavish. Abhigyan,
Yes, ma'am.
read it.
Units of time and speed. The basic unit of time is second. Its symbol is S. Larger units of time are minutes, MIN, and hours, H. You already know these units are related to one another. What would be the basic unit of speed? Yes, speed. Since the speed is distance time, the basic unit of speed is ms. Of course,
Beta, you
it
are not
could
going, stop here. You are not going to read like this ms. There is a slash. M means meter per and per means upon. Meter per second, of course, it is expressed in the units such as a. So these all are the units, basic unit if we are considering of speed is that is a meter per second. Meter per second is a basic unit of your speed. Okay. And other units are meter per minute and kilometer per hour. These all are the units of speed. That depends that in which unit the speed is going to be measured. So the symbol of all the units are written in a singular form, like kilometer. If 50 is there, then we write down kilometer. We do not write kilometers. ठीक है? अगर 1 किलोमीटर है तब भी हम उसको किलोमीटर लिखेंगे. अगर 5 किलोमीटर है, 30 किलोमीटर है, तब भी हम उसको किलोमीटर ही लिखेंगे. We do not write S. Always write in the singular form. ठीक है? So Bujo was wondering that how many seconds are there in a day and how many hours in a year. So I want each one of you to calculate. Tell me how many seconds are there in a day. Kindly give me the answer of this question. And how will you be calculating it? How many seconds?
60.
How many seconds in a day? How we are going to calculate? 20. First of all, just see how many days are there in how many hours are there in a day? 24 hours. After that, how many minutes are there? 60. And after that, 1 minute में कितने seconds होते हैं? 60 are there. Now multiply and give me the answer. Your question is?
Mom, 86,400.
Yes, if you have calculated 86 seconds. How many seconds are there in a day? Children, this type of the questions can be there. And similarly, next question, tell me how you can calculate it. How many hours in a year? Now year, you know, how many are there? In year, how many days? 365. And how many months are there? Multiply by 12 and multiply by 24. You will get how many hours in a year? Kindly do it, hurry up. 364, 365 multiply by 12 and multiply by
3640.
no.
Um,
8,760.
Wait, yes. So 8,000 कितना था 700
8,760.
hours. और ये आपने कैसे कैलकुलेट किया? कैन यू टेल मी एनीवन? कैसे कैलकुलेट किया आपने? You had multiplied by 3. How many days in the year? 365. How many months are there?
365
Multiply by 12.
Multiplied by 12.
Multiply by
Multiplied
12
by 24.
and multiply by 24. So in this way, you can calculate the number of hours and in a day. Any of the calculations you can do. This is your mathematics question. Okay. Okay, Tanvi, let's read the next paragraph. This blue box. There is an interesting story. Let's read this story.
Okay, ma'am. There is an interesting story about the discovery that the time period of a given pendulum is constant. You might have heard the name of famous scientist Galileo Galilei. It is said that once Galileo was sitting in a church, he noticed that a lamp suspended from the ceiling with a chain was moving slowly from one side to the other. He was surprised to find that his pulse beat the same number of times during the interval in which the lamp completed one oscillation. Galileo experimented with various pendulums to verify his observation. He found that a pendulum of a given length takes always the same time to complete one oscillation. This observation led to the development of pendulum clocks. Winding clocks and wristwatches were refinements of the pendulum clocks.
The discovery of pendulum was done by Galileo. Once he found that a pendulum of a given length takes always the same time to complete one oscillation. What does it mean? Suppose we have taken the length of a string as 20 meters. So it will take the same time to complete one oscillations. 20 seconds it will take to complete the oscillations. So this is very, very important concept of pendulum. And after the development of this pendulum, the pendulum clocks were developed. And the winding clocks, now the wrist watches, they all are based on the pendulum clocks. So this is a wonderful discovery done by the Galileo.